Okay, so we just landed in Colorado Springs, probably like 30 minutes ago. Say hey, Aaron.
Hey, everybody.
And we took like a 20-minute pit stop, 20 minutes out of our way, pit stop on our way to Philmont to a pretty cool location. I think it's going to be recognizable to some of you guys. And if you can guess where we're at, the first person I can see in the comments who can correctly guess where we're at, we'll try to hook you up with something. I don't know exactly what it'll be, but comment with your answer. I'll message you if you're correct. Maybe we'll reveal it here in a minute, but check out these views. Okay, where are we? Tell me. Hopefully you can't enhance and zoom in on that sign.
We are on the road to Philmont Scout Ranch, about 1 hour away. We've been making great progress. As you can see, it is snowy up here. It is like almost a winter wonderland, but the roads are totally dry, totally clean. Shout out to our driver, Tom, who's doing a great job. Like I said, we'll be there within the hour. We will check in with you when we get there.
Okay, we have made it to Philmont on this snowy Monday. It is pretty cool here. I can't even tell you about the welcome wagon we received when we came. Philmont staff was lined up like clapping and waving, and they gave us our keys. They gave us some name tags. The accommodations look super sweet so far. Can't wait to share them with you. More on that in a minute, but just wanted to say we landed. It was about a 3-hour drive. Very cool. Some really like awesome historic stops along the way and scenic sights. Yeah, more on that in a minute. Okay, we made it. We are at Philmont. This is my first time at Philmont.
This is my first time at Philmont as well. This is one of the coolest trips I've ever done with Scouts. Gina, so excited to be here.
Yes. We landed here, we checked out our accommodations, which are sweet. We took a quick tour of the museum, which was so cool. We're prepping up because tomorrow we're gonna get to take a look at some of the deluxe family adventure camp tents. I'm like, I feel like living a dream because I've seen pictures of Philmont so many times.
Yes.
And it's usually Philmont during the summer. And here we are in weather that is like so different than what we came from in Texas. It's pretty cool. We're getting the best of everything.
It's extremely cool. It's a little snowy right now, as you can tell. But yeah, Gina, I totally agree. Like, to see all these locations, we've seen them online before. We've seen photos from Scouts who have visited here before. I've never seen it myself in person, so to finally see it in person is really, really cool. Tomorrow, I think we're going to have a chilly day, but a clearer day. We're going to do all kinds of fun family adventure camp type activities. I can't wait to see the tents.
Yes.
Just the inside of the
They've been hyped
tents.
up.
Exactly. We've seen them from the outside.
We've said so much about how nice they are. Now we'll get to see that firsthand.
Now we'll get to see it ourselves. Other kind of cool activities. Can't wait for it. Gina, we're finally here.
We got to rest up. We need to go to bed. It's 4:30. We got to rest up so we can get up at 4:30 a.m. and start the day.
Right. And start the day early. We'll be here tomorrow, Family Adventure Camp.
Hello, everybody. We made it to Philmont. It is the next day. We know that you just did some time travel. You saw us here. Then we went back to yesterday. And now we're here again. But we are sitting in front of Philmont's Family Adventure Camp Deluxe tent. And it is pretty cool. Aaron, what do you think?
It really is amazing. And you know, Gina, sometimes in movies, you see like a montage of how characters got to where they are today. That's what you just saw. That was our journey. We had a really easy trip. Very scenic views, an easy drive from Colorado Springs. And this is my first time ever at Philmont. This is Gina's first time ever at Philmont. It's a little chilly.
It is.
It is, and there's snow on the ground, a good foot of snow or so. It's absolutely incredibly gorgeous. It's going to look a little bit different when you guys come this summer, but we are here to kind of experience a little bit of what Family Adventure Camp has to offer. I did something really, really cool today. Gina has done a few cool things today. We're going to talk about all that. But mostly we're just excited to be here.
Yeah, we're excited to be here. We're going to talk a lot about Family Adventure Camp, what it is, how you can sign your family up to be right here at Philmont this summer. We've been welcomed by some just like awesome staff. It's kind of like we're in Disney World. Everyone is just so nice and happy. They seem to love their jobs. And they told us, it's green. It was green here a few days ago, and now, we had snow for the last couple days. Some of those videos that you saw and we'll see, it has been a little chilly. Right now it feels pretty good. We are kind of enjoying the Family Adventure Camp fire pit, which you can't see at the moment. But Family Adventure Camp is actually open to your whole family. That means mom, dad, and kids of every single age. We're going to talk about some of the activities you can participate in, but I don't want to bury one of y'all's favorite things, which is that we're going to give away 2 hats today. We'll be drawing for winners out of comments that happen from now until, let's give it 24 hours. We'll give 24 hours. We'll give two of these Family Adventure Camp caps away. These ones are cool. They're stamped with Philmont. These are from Philmont. We'll have picked them up from here with our own hands. We can verify that that's true. All you have to do is comment along with the show. But what I would challenge you to do is tag someone in the comments who you think might enjoy a trip to Family Adventure Camp.
Yeah, this site where we are right now, one of the most iconic locations in all of scouting, a long, rich history. I think most people, when you think of Philmont, you think about these epic backcountry backpacking treks, which are amazing. They are A+. But we're here to talk to you guys today about a slightly different program called Family Adventure Camp. Backpacking is reserved for older scouts and adults. Family Adventure Camp, as Gina just said, I think toddlers, right? Babies, grandparents.
It's only 6 weeks old. Yes, some people bring their babies. But no, I can see why. We're going to take a live look at this tent in a minute. If you can believe it, there are 5 beds in the tent behind me and Aaron. We're going to look at that in a second. But I want to talk a little bit before we do the tour about what we've done just today in a single day before it's 1:17 here. Mm-hmm. We did all this stuff just in this morning.
We've really only been here a few hours.
We've eaten 2 meals.
And yes, and it has been jam-packed. It has been great, and it's really just a sample of the kind of things that families can do together at Family Adventure Camp. It really is a great experience for the whole family.
So the first thing we did, we went over and did tomahawk throwing. You may know it as axe throwing. And Aaron and our buddy Tom, who's here with us and has been driving us and chauffeuring us and kind of showing us some of the ropes at Philmont, they competed. Who would you say won?
Well, clearly I'm the winner, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. We really just did it to have fun. Tomahawk throwing, kind of a traditional scout activity, also though appropriate for the entire family. And it's a very interesting experience. We had a great guide trainer taking us through the process, showing us how to do it. We had a little safety orientation, a safety briefing. We were told to stand behind the proper line, and we threw our tomahawks at this basically chunk of wood.
Yeah, I think
I got
video.
a handful to stick. Yeah, let's roll some of that video behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Brian,
and explain to us what's
when
happening.
we can. Yeah, I can just tell you, based on my personal experience doing it right away, is that it's definitely not about how hard you throw the tomahawk. It's about just a nice, smooth motion. It took me a little bit to get the hang of it, but eventually I got it. And it's super fun. And again, a great family activity and one of the many, many things you can do. Here we look at that left-handed throw right there, Gina.
Brian said at some point he lost our audio. I'm curious right now. You guys hearing us? I think so. Rob is commenting, says his son loves it. Pat says, hi from Family Adventure Camp in the Keys. It's 80 degrees there today. Wow. Look at this tomahawk throwing. I'd say that's a little bit different of a setting. But I do imagine it'd be very green.
Warmed up.
Clearly the left-handed thrower here is better than the right-handed thrower because that's me. And it took a little bit of getting the hang of, but super duper fun. Snow, no snow, it doesn't matter. You can do tomahawk throwing.
Absolutely. It was pretty cool to see it in the snow. Like the logs were kind of frozen at first and you guys were like breaking the ice off there, which was really cool. If you see me looking at down here, it's because I'm looking at your comments, because every time you comment, you're entering for a chance to win one of 2 Philmont caps, which pretty cool. They also say BSA Family Adventure Camp right here. Awesome. We're talking Family Adventure Camp today, and we are actually live from Philmont in front of the accommodations you and your family could be booking for this summer. We have a URL we can put on screen, so if you're already sold, you want to book right now, go.scoutlife.org/FAC. You can learn more about BSA's Family Adventure Camps. What else did we do today? It's been such a blur.
I can't wait to talk more about the tents, which is right here, and Gina's going to show us in just a second. I do want to say we're going to talk about some more activities, but there are some folks out there, some of which live in my house back home, who are interested in camping, but are not interested in the idea of sleeping on the ground. It's a deal breaker for them. Not naming any names, but if that's you, Family Adventure Camp is for you. And again, we're going to take a closer look at this, but you maybe can see this. That's a bed.
It's a nice.
I mean, that's just it's a bed.
Yeah.
And we're out here in the middle of Philmont. But yeah, in addition,
you should see what we're seeing right now. We'll try to give you a peek of that.
We're going to show some of that in a second.
View this way is even better.
Yep. We talked about the tomahawk throwing. The branding.
Yes,
branding was really interesting. Another sort of time-honored scouting tradition that you can do with your families. I think me and Gina and Tom all got our mugs branded. Yep. You can choose your choice, the different brands.
Yeah, they show you the brands.
I don't remember the symbols off the top of my head, but they all represent different aspects of Philmont. There was the brand they used
for cattle, the brand they used for horses. There was the Zia symbol,
which is the sun symbol that's on the New Mexico state flag.
Yeah, honestly, there's like a ton of brands.
I chose the historic Philitern symbol, which we learned about just last week.
Yeah,
was what this Philmont Scout Ranch was called before it was called Philmont Scout Ranch, and we'll be taking those coffee mugs or whatever mugs home with us, as can you when you come to Family Adventure Camp. Very, very cool.
Yeah,
they can also brand belts,
hats?
Things like that, hats. Yep. I didn't want to. I thought about getting my hat branded, but I
just give Aaron a few hours. Like, can we get the branding team back out here? Hat. You can see there. I think that is Tom's mug.
The blue one is Tom's, I think. Yep.
You can see the smoke sizzle off, which is pretty cool. It also cooled down really fast. Like within 60 seconds of branding these mugs, we were rinsing them out, and I was having apple cider.
Drinking some hot cider. Yeah. We drank some hot cider out of them just minutes after
you could choose hot chocolate as well, if that's, kind of your thing. And look at that. Look at the end product. So then I think that we're looking at your mug being branded right here.
Mm-hmm.
And these are activities you can take part in with your family. These are not things that you can't, your kids couldn't be there standing watching these things get branded. They would get a big kick out of this.
Yeah, those are not Gina and my hands there. Those are the hands of the expert, licensed, trained branders. I think they're called branders here at Philmont Scout Ranch. They did a great job as well.
Yeah, cool. when we're working in the office, branding has a different meaning than when we're out here at Philmont talking about branding. Also say, if you are just a Philmont fan and you know a little bit about Family Adventure Camp, but you've been to Philmont for a million treks, check out our Trek on Tuesday from last week. Check out the quiz. We took a Philmont quiz that taught us a lot about the history here. Obviously, as soon as we landed on site, we realized we were just scratching the surface on that. What you're looking at right now is just some clips of different families enjoying Family Adventure Camp. It's a pretty cool site. These are you're looking at Philmont. You're looking at the place we're at in that. I know it looks like some I don't know. It's like we're in a commercial kind of.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Surreal.
Again, it's one of the most iconic locations in scouting, tons and tons of history. And it's so cool that now, it's available. These opportunities are available for the whole family, siblings, even if your sibling is not a scout, even if they're too young to be in scouts, even if they're too young to be in Cub Scouts, right? They can still come to Family Adventure Camp and get at least a taste of what Philmont Scout Ranch is like. One of the great things about those family-oriented programs is that they're kind of customizable. I did something just a couple of hours ago that was really, really cool, and I had a really nice chat with some of the folks who are running that part of the program. Behind the scenes, Brian, feel free to show that video whenever it's ready. But it involved horses, and it involved me riding a horse. I think this is it right here.
This is you actually getting fitted for your helmet.
Yes. All in horse rides here at Philmont Scout Ranch.
Yep.
We ride helmets wear helmets because we're safe. Yes,
especially at Family Adventure Camp, you'd probably be wearing a helmet.
Yes, absolutely, and that's great because a lot of the folks who ride horses here have never ridden before. I have minimal horse riding experience, but I look pretty good doing it.
I mean, Aaron did go on a multi-day horseback track.
I did do that a few years ago. Yes, so yeah, I got fitted for my helmet. I got matched up with a nice horse named Reno.
Yeah.
Who. A gentle giant.
This is him getting tacked
I think
up.
That is
Reno
Yep.
right here. Yep. He's getting his saddle. He had a saddle put on. Now they're tightening up. We have that horse tack quiz as well on scoutlife.org if you're feeling very horsey after this, want to, feed that until you can get here for Family Adventure Camp. But But what was nice for Aaron is they did it for you.
Yeah.
You didn't have to tack up that horse.
No, I didn't. It was great. All I had to do was get on, which I was a little bit nervous about that. But as you can see there, that's the three of us riding into distance. Shout out to our friends over at the stables. They did a great job.
They were real cowboys.
They were real. We're on a horseback ride right now at Philmont, a snowy day. This is a part of the Family Adventure Camp horseback riding option you can do when you come here. The nice folks, the Wranglers, Cowboys here, were just telling me how there's lots of different durations, lots of different places you can go. Right there back behind me, did you say the Tooth of Time is back there, Brian?
Yes, sir.
So you see
and Uraka Mesa.
Tooth of Time and Uraka Mesa. Yeah, you can't really see it today, but that's where it is. This is a really, really cool experience, though. My horse's name is Reno, and Reno so far is doing awesome. Reno, let's keep that up, okay? Reno was great, and Brian was great. Cowboy over there, a real cowboy. Like, they're real cowboys. You know, a lot of people may not realize Philmont Scout Ranch is a working ranch. There are horses, there's cattle, there's chickens, and
there were dogs.
Yes, and there are real cowboys who work here or live here full time. Brian is one of them. Shout out to Brian; he was great. Had a great experience riding. We just went on a little short ride today, but you know what they told me, Gina, that was really cool is that those horse rides are really customizable for maybe young kids who are a little bit nervous or maybe don't have the attention span. Maybe they don't want to be out there too long. They can do that. But then for folks who want to be out there for longer, an hour and a half, something like that, you can go on much longer horse rides. And another thing they told me, Gina, that I thought was really interesting, on most of the horse rides, it's two guides, two cowboys, and then one family. And that's all it is.
Wow.
So it could be a mom and a dad and a couple of kids maybe, or maybe just a mom and a son or whatever. But it's not like a massive, huge group of people. So a lot of time for one family to go on a horse ride. You know, a couple of guides, obviously you need guides, but really you're experiencing all this as a family together. One of the most gorgeous parts of North America, right? Really, really cool. Really, really fortunate to have that in scouting. And yeah, it was great to be I just got a little sneak peek of it today. It was awesome.
So many people want to come here when they want to live out their cowboy dreams, feel like they're in the middle of an Old West movie that they love. You're kind of in the middle of where they've been shot.
The cowboys look like they could be actors in an Old West movie, right?
They were the most authentic. I mean, I've seen cowboys. Those were some of the most authentic cowboys I've ever seen.
If you were casting them as cowboys, you would say, no, you look too authentic.
Okay, you look too good. It's a little suspicious. No, it was so cool. Aaron touched on this earlier. When we talked about Family Adventure Camp, the first question people want to ask and they're like scared is like, can Cub Scouts come? Yes. Can non-Scout children come? Yes. Can your baby come? Can I bring a pack and play? Yes, there's room. You can. That baby can come. People are like, I think so conditioned to think like, no, that's just not, Scout Camp's not set up for that. This place is, again, if you see me looking at your comments, I'm loving it. You guys are talking about all your Philmont memories, how much you love it. Some of you talking about Family Adventure Camp, trips in the past. Again, reminder, you could be here this summer. Highly recommend it. We're about to take a look at the tent.
You guys are not going to believe how cool the tent is. Yeah. And I want to say it again. For some folks, tenting is a deal breaker, right? People don't want to sleep on a tent on the ground in the middle of the wilderness or whatever. Well, that's what this is here for. And you said something, Gina, there before. I heard from a lot of folks who went to Philmont as a youth. They came here, they experienced the backcountry of Philmont. And one of the things people think when they come to Philmont is, I got to go back. I want to go back. Well, Family Adventure Camp is a great way to come back to Philmont with your family, with your spouse, with your children. Maybe they're not as much into that super durable, challenging backcountry trek like you were back when you were a scout. Bring them to Family Adventure Camp and give them a taste of what it's all about. Again, Gina and I have just been here for a day or so, and already, it really is overwhelming. The spirit, the atmosphere, the staff is amazing. It's just so cool to be here.
Yes. So Bettina says, I absolutely am going to have to make sure my son gets to this camp sometime during his BSA journey. Yes. And let me paint two scenarios for you. Mm-hmm. He's going, right? And the rest of your family comes too, and you just enjoy Family Adventure Camp. He's in the backcountry trekking. If he's in Scouts BSA, having a blast or adventuring. Or he's Cub Scout. You all come. Maybe you're a scouter. You're taking part in some Philmont Training Center training, you, Bettina. Your son could be going to do a trek or doing some activities. The whole family can be doing different activities. I've heard of this, like parents here for training, daughters here for some other kind of training, son's out trekking, dad's just having fun. He's just hanging out, There is Wi-Fi connectivity, so you can kind of get some work done too. I think maybe I'll come work out here remotely. I mean, I guess that's what we've been doing for 2 days.
This would be a great place to work remotely. Yeah, we were kind of discussing earlier, Gina. Philmont is like a small little town out here. There's food where you can get food here. There's different facilities. There's housing. There's, of course, the tents that we're about to show you now. Is it time to look at a tent, Gina?
Yes, let me get up and show you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as Gina's going to get situated, looking at a tent, just want to remind everybody we're coming to you live from Philmont Scout Ranch. It's a little bit chillier today than it will be when you guys come here this summer for Family Adventure Camp. And Gina, do you read me?
I read you. I'm right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's just a few feet away from me. Sorry, I didn't realize
Yeah, I'm
that.
right by you. So we are looking, I'm walking through these roll-up doors, which are pretty big. I don't know if you're getting the scale here, but it is big. I'll put it in perspective. This is a queen size bed. It's comfortable. I have sat on it, and I plan to sit on it again. It feels very comfortable. Look at what Philmont staff does. This is a bowl. Cute, right? This is the kind of guy that's going to be welcoming you upon your arrival. Kids will get a kick out of that. Over here, you got a dresser, so you can literally unpack your suitcase. And there's room for suitcase. You can see room for suitcase here. You can see literally a luggage rack. There's my backpack. That's a queen size bed. I'm not trying to say I know for sure, but it feels like a firm memory foam, which I kind of think is the ideal kind of a glamping bed. Let me blow your mind with this. Okay, another roll-up door. Window, unzip. You can see some other tent back here. Okay, we got 4 beds. 4 bunk beds. 2 bunk beds, so 2 and 2. Quality, I'm assuming these are kind of new mattresses. They feel really good. Kids would have a blast back here. I'm thinking you could very, very comfortably fit, mom, dad, parents, and 4 kids. Easy. I think you could also easily have a pack and play or something over here for toddler or baby. And so, yeah, we are at Philmont looking at a deluxe tent. But a reminder, Florida Sea Base also offers Family Adventure Camp, and the Summit also offers Family Adventure Camp. Bringing us out there. But look at this. This is what you see front. This is our view. Hey, Al. He's been helping us quite a bit. But look at this. We're seeing mountains. The sun's come out. We're seeing some mountains, but there's even more back there. I mean, really, unbelievable. Do we need any more shots of anything, Aaron? Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Yeah, there's your tent.
Gina, thank you so much for that tent tour. You did an excellent job with that, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes, this is the kind. Somebody while you were doing that said, looks like glamping.
Yeah.
That's an accurate description, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
I mean, let me say, I do think it's glamping, and that's kind of been my idea of it, which is what appeals to me. But it's not glamping to the extent that you could be glamping other places. Whether that's a deal breaker to you or not, it's not like, I mean, you're pretty much in it. You're in it, and you're with some rugged folks.
Yes, you are at Philmont Scout Ranch. You are in one of the most gorgeous areas in the country. You're just, you have a little bit more comfort, a little bit more conveniences and things like that.
It's more space and a bed.
Yep.
And I just don't know how else you would be able to bring a whole family and just stay comfortably. Probably there's some cooler temperatures and stuff. You'd be really happy to have this kind of accommodations at overnight.
And you know what? You come out here, you experience Family Adventure Camp with your family. And you know what? Maybe you think, I want to come out here again, but I want to try something different next time. Maybe you go on a backcountry trek or something like that. Maybe that's in your future. But if you've never been to Philmont, Family Adventure Camp is a great gateway into this amazing property. As Gina said, just want to remind everybody, family adventure programs are available at other high adventure bases as well. Behind the scenes, Brian's going to throw that link up again there real quick. But I think the same thing is true at places like Florida Sea Base, where you can go and get sort of a sampler platter of what that property has to offer, and all the coolness and all the fun, without some of the ruggedness and some of the challenges that you might face. Those challenges are what has made Philmont Scout Ranch so great for all these decades. But hey, we get it. Some folks, maybe you're older, maybe you're younger, maybe that's just not your thing. Well, there's no reason why those folks can't come enjoy Philmont as well. Look at those photos.
These are really from Philmont. These photos, again, I got to tell you, those are not like postcards.
Those are not AI photos of just like telling AI to create the most beautiful possible landscape imaginable. Those are actual photos from where we are right now. It's truly amazing.
I think we have more to share too about Family Adventure Camp here, but I want to also just recap how we got here. I want to really paint a picture for you of, hey, yeah, we're at Philmont. How can we make this work for our family? There are a few ways to fly in, and maybe you were even in driving distance. I could probably see my family driving out here, but us, for instance, it's kind of a whirlwind trip, but it was feasible. We flew into Colorado Springs. We drove here. It's about a 3-hour drive, but there's some really cool stops along the way. There's food along the way. It was not a painful drive at all, and we were probably driving at one of the worst times. It was really snowy. Roads were clear for us. No problem getting here. And then from here, we were shown our accommodations. There was a welcome team. And I said, oh, well, I feel like we're not getting a full, experience. You guys are out here welcoming us. I'm sure you don't do that for Family Adventure Camp. And Danielle, my girl, was like, yeah, we do this. We actually do this for them too. So,
and I thought, they must have us confused with somebody else. Yeah. They must think we're actually someone important. Who are they actually? Well, no, that was for us. It was so nice.
Yeah, it was unreal. So they showed us our accommodations because it's really cold. And I'm genuinely disappointed about this. But because it's really cold, we're staying in some roofed housing. I wish I was staying in here. This looks so cool. But we've been, checking it out quite a bit today. And I will 100% be back in a few months, I guess, so that I can.
Yeah, by the time you're here for Family Adventure Camp, and yes, Fred, we did see the deer. We did see those deer. They're very, very cool. You just asked about the mule deer.
Yeah. What about the turkey?
Yeah, we saw a whole big flock.
So many turkeys.
A flock of turkeys.
They're it's still in Texas when I see a turkey, it doesn't look like like a Thanksgiving turkey. These turkeys have these big tails and just tons of them out in the snow, just chilling.
Philmont is open off and on throughout the year for year-round programs. They were telling us their winter program just closed a week or so ago. I think they said there's an autumn adventure program. By the time you're here for Family Adventure Camp, it's going to be awesome. These tents are going to be open and available. Yeah, that's me too, Jen. I agree. I wish we could have slept in one of these tents tonight. But we're coming back. We're going to do that again.
We're going to apply to be wranglers.
Yes.
I know the competition.
We haven't even gotten into the staff hiring here, right?
Yes, we got to talk about staffing. That's a whole other episode. Somebody just made a really good comment about this is a good opportunity for families that don't have camping gear. We've never made that point, and that's such a good point. And I'm just thinking of families with toddlers, little kids who are I don't want to do all that right now. I don't want to drive that all across the country. You don't have to. It's all set up for you right here. I gotta say one more time. Did you say that there are 4 beds back there? That is a lot of 5 behind us, but 4 beds in this back room.
Right. That's a great point, Gina, because I met a lot of families when my son was in Cub Scouts who had never been camping before. And a lot of questions that, maybe us camping veterans wouldn't even think about anymore. What kind of tent do I need? You don't have to worry about any of that when you come to Family Adventure Camp. They've got all that handled for you. Just get yourself here. That's all you got to do.
Yeah, super cool. And these tents are legit. I mean, they are tents. Now you do have nice wood floor, but we'll take it.
They are absolutely tents. And the view is amazing. Gina just showed you a quick glimpse of that. And, there's wildlife out here and around. I see some wild staff members right here, but there's wildlife out here and around us who come visit. It's just a great place to come. It's a family vacation.
We didn't talk about yet 2 things.
Yes.
Which we kind of talked about this at the very top of the show, but we went to Tooth of Time Traders yesterday, which was awesome, just for Philmont gear and for general, just outdoor gear. It's there. Everything you need is there. It was super cool. Open all day. Still open all day right now.
Yeah.
We have these private top shops.
Right now.
I think I might go back. I've been dreaming about it. Literally dreaming about it.
It was hard to get Gina out of there.
I know.
She
No,
won't leave.
yeah.
We literally shut the place down last night.
We've been 2 times now.
And we've only been here 24 hours.
Yeah.
We slept for
Less
some
than.
of those. Yeah,
Less than.
right.
In the dining hall.
Yes.
The food. It's been good.
Yes.
Really good.
It's been excellent. Yes. All
And
that
both
is handled
times,
for you.
Both times you go through the line and, they serve you your food. And I have looked down and been like, this is so much food. How am I going to ever eat this food? I don't want to leave a bunch of food. Both times, finished my plate.
No problem. Amazingly,
and,
weirdly, yeah.
Hungry after and got sore.
And that's probably because Family Adventure Camp, if you want it to be, can be an action-packed experience. Now, it doesn't have to be. That's what's so great about it. If you'd really rather just relax and chill out, you can do that. Or you can cram your schedule with as much activities as you can handle. Can we talk about the museum?
Oh, yeah.
We went to the Scouting Museum here. On this first time I'd ever been to the Scouting Museum here.
They said you could just go. You don't have to make an appointment.
Just walk in.
Yeah. And that's what we did.
The folks there were so nice and so knowledgeable about the history of Scouting. So many cool artifacts and pieces of artwork and little tidbits from the history of Scouting, old uniforms, old publications, old copies of magazines and handbooks and things like that. Fascinating. I'm one of those people who could spend a long time in a museum like that. You can breeze through it in a few minutes if you want to, or you can take your time and read through every little placard if you want. It's great.
Yeah. Boy, I'm sure we're missing something. We have been here. We have been here less than 24 hours on site at Philmont. Everything's already a blur, like so action packed, so many memories. I've texted so many things to my family, wishing they were here with me. So it just seems like the perfect place to bring them all. It doesn't have to be just a single member of the family's experience.
My wife absolutely said, because I've been mentioning to her that Family Adventure Camp was a thing now for a couple of years, and she absolutely said, check it out, scout it out, and let's report back.
Do you
and see
think
what
she would
think.
be up to doing it?
Absolutely,
I know your wife is
would.
not one who kind of like me, a bed's appealing to me.
Yes, sleeping on the ground for the most part is probably a deal breaker.
Yeah.
So that's when the BSA, when I first heard about Family Adventure Camp, I was like, that's for my family. That's it. That's what we need.
It's the truth. You cannot beat the view we're getting to look at this. It's kind of crazy that this has been many families' views who've been here for Family Adventure Camp. I've never had a view like this on vacation, ever. Have you?
Yep. No,
it seems like
it is
you need like $1 million penthouse to see something like this.
It is a family vacation for the ages, right? I mean, it's like a family vacation that your family will never forget. Can't recommend it enough. 5 out of 5 stars, I'd say.
5 out of 5 stars.
plus.
And in the summer, I like seeing it like this, but I think in the summer it'll be even more fun just because it'll be a little more bustling too. You probably see some other families and some camaraderie. People gather around the fire pit if it's fired up.
Yep.
That's what we'll probably do next.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a little bit quieter right now. Some of the folks here have been so nice apologizing for the weather. It's gorgeous.
I know. Actually,
the
now
weather's
we're seeing
amazing.
the grass.
Yep. The snow is actually melting a little bit right now. Yeah. But even, the snow it's amazing. We live in Texas.
And we like it.
No apologies needed. It's amazing. Yeah.
I don't know what we've missed. We do need to say one more time, Florida Sea Base and the Summit also offer family adventure camps. We've got a link that we're putting up at the bottom of the screen. go.scoutlife.org/FAC. You can learn about all the family adventure camps there. We're experiencing Philmont's firsthand, which is totally a bucket list item for me. But I'm sold on coming back.
Yeah, I would just say now's a good time to start thinking about your next family adventure camp adventure. You can do it by going to those websites and finding the adventure right for your family. A lot of options.
One other thing we didn't mention is how perfect these are for road trip stops. You might be driving across the country and literally all 3 locations could be a potential good stop for your family if you're driving to Key West, or maybe you're driving to Santa Fe, or you could be driving to many places in even New England, I guess, to get to the summit. So
Philmont, a gorgeous place to visit year round. Todd wants to know it's chilly here right now, Todd. Yeah, it's cold right now.
Now I know it's been colder. It was in the 20s at points, I think maybe when we woke up. And it was cold this morning. Now it's feeling okay. It's 41. I would have said colder.
Yeah, it's warmed up. I think it was 30s even just an hour or two ago. So maybe it's starting to warm up a little bit. It's a little chilly right now. That's why Gina and I are both nice and bundled up. I'm comfortable here.
Probably not what you'll be wearing, my family.
Right, exactly. Yes. Yeah.
I got the coolest thing under this too. It's a Philmont
I've got the same
kind
thing.
of thing you
by
can
the way, no
get
big
at the
deal.
Todd. We
Yeah.
learned it's called the Todd.
No big deal. Yeah.
Truth of Time Traders. Pretty cool.
Yeah, the folks here have been extremely welcoming. We want to thank them so much for having us. It's been an awesome experience. Again, encourage you all, go to the website, look at the photos they have online, find the adventure that's right for you. And as always, encourage you to, if you have a friend who you think might be interested, tag them in this video. We're about to wrap it up, but that's okay. Guess what? They can always go back to the beginning and watch it after we're done.
Wolfgang has such a good question we have to address.
Yes.
He says, are the adventures included or paid extra or both?
Great question.
Yeah.
Yeah, the answer is yes, I think, right?
I think that you pay for a day of activities, and then it's whatever activities your family decides on.
I think there are some bonus adventures that you can pay for. There's some upgrades, exactly. But if you don't do that, you don't have to do that. The basic fee gets you here and will provide you with plenty of activities. There's more available if you choose to do that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
great
just
question.
booking a stay is going to guarantee you some fun out here.
Right. If that's all you do, you're in for a treat. It would be
Right,
great. Yeah.
right.
Great question.
Yeah, and you can find kind of all that information and more at go.scoutlife.org/FAC. So,
Yeah.
good question. And guys, I haven't even said it in a while. Keep these comments coming because about, say, 23 and a half hours from now, we will be drawing 2 winners out of the comments to win this sweet family adventure camp hat. We have 2 of them, and it's stamped with Philmont. Also, I would highly encourage you to use your comment to tag somebody who you think might be interested in coming to family adventure camp. Maybe a spouse, maybe a kid, maybe your cousin, maybe your sister, literally anybody.
A grandparent.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this video like Tuesday night late, that's okay. As Gina said,
yeah, tomorrow,
continue,
Wednesday, midday.
Keep those comments coming. You will be entered to win. We promise you for the next, what did we say, 24 hours?
23 and a half now.
23 and a half hours from now. Yes, got it.
Hey Siri. Hey Siri.
Okay.
Set a timer for 23 and a half hours.
Gina's got a smartwatch, everybody.
It started.
She likes to show off sometimes her smartwatch.
Thank you. Okay, well, this has been a jam-packed episode. This video will be up after we're live, so you can share it. You can share it in an email if you're, emailing scout families tonight and they're looking for something to do this summer. Especially, this seems like it'd be really relevant to your Cub Scout families. Also, rewind to the top of the video, watch about how we got here, a little recap of how we got here. Mm-hmm. What else? What else are we missing?
I think my main message, Gina, to people watching would be now is the time to start looking at the different options that you have for family adventure camp for this summer and even on into the future. Our family's in sort of the early stages of planning a family vacation for the summer right now. So you may be doing the same thing. Just look into family adventure camp, see what you think.
I think, like in 3 years, you got to be thinking like a year in advance to try to probably even get into this.
Right.
And transparency, I think that people run upon times where it's totally booked out and they can't find anything here. But if you're looking now, you're going to find some options for your family.
And Kelly had a great point. She said she would love to bring her family here. I hear that a lot from folks who have been here, loved it. Maybe they worked here when they were younger. Maybe they experienced one of the backcountry treks. Shout out to Shelly.
I want to read. Yeah, I want to read what Shelly said there. She's lots and lots of activities are included, and the hikes and tours, horse rides, tooth of time hike, family overnight in the backcountry are optional and incur an extra fee. So there's a kind of a base price when you book your accommodation that includes some of the basic activities. I'm saying basic, but they're just fitting into that. Yeah. And then there's some little upgrades.
Basic for Philmont, maybe.
Right.
Not basic for most family vacations.
Really good question on that.
Yep, for sure. Gina, this has been awesome. We're going to go experience. We have a few more hours to experience a little bit more of what Philmont Scout Ranch has to offer. Thank you all for watching. Keep those comments coming. Remember, you've got Gina, how much more time do they have to enter to win?
Well, hold on. Let me get to my timer. Hold on. Scrolling down
23 plus hours left
so we have
to win.
23 hours, 27 minutes, and 49 seconds left to enter for a chance to win one of 2 hats.
All you have to do is comment. It'd be a great idea, though, if in addition to commenting, you tagged a friend. Let them see the video.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gina, this has been awesome. Good job. This has been fun. Thank you again so much to our new friends that we've made. We made some friends here today at Philmont Scout Ranch. Yes. They've been great. Family Adventure Camp. Look into it. Check it out. Come see us. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Go.scoutlife.org/FAC. Bye.